Hello all, Seriously's here, back with some more Windrose, and we're here at the crack of dawn on our dock because you may be able to tell I've been fishing. I got my lunch with me on my belt. No, it's a weapon, the Smasher. We can club stuff with fish now. That's just hilarious. No, we're here at the crack of dawn because we got a lot of building to do today. I know. I said we're gonna get to that. Maybe tomorrow. Well, I want to show you guys what I've been stuck on. Well, not stuck on. I've been obsessed with is getting the houses built, the Lighthouse and the living house. They're both very heavy houses. They're made of stone, so they're lighthouses, but they're heavy houses. There's going to be a lot of light in that house. Got windows all the way around so far. We'll get up there. We're down here on the dock because I want to show you all the fish I caught trying to catch this thing. Oh, not that one, this one. I even turned about another half box here into fish fillet. So much fish to catch this fishing. So much fishing to catch this fish. That's how you say words. Alright, let's get up to the house and get building. Also, between episodes, I've spent a lot of time, besides getting this set up, farming resources, because this thing, both of these things, I've just siphoned a preposterous amount of wood and stone. And look at all of the plant fiber I've gotten farming all that, because I just dropped it all off too. So we got a bunch of resources here. We're mostly just doing structure today. We'll do a little bit of decoration. I'll show you the insides. Got a giant fireplace. There's no, eagles. Thank you, eagles. No real decoration going on here yet, and you might be able to tell there's no way up to the second floor yet at all. So some of these windows might be changing. We shall see. The second floor is accessible via this outside staircase. So I had the whole roof all built the way I liked it. This might not those ones. Oh yeah, maybe we needed those ones. We could put triangle ones there though. That would look better. Yeah, so I had the roof, but it's too low. I forgot that these these wooden, what do you call this? Bracing pieces for the clay roof, they need to go a floor up. They do stick out one, the distance from the wall I want, but they're lower than, I positioned them wrong. So I got to rebuild. I had the whole thing built. It's fine. We'll do it again. Ugh. Okay, we're going to need more scaffolding, or at least a way to get onto the roof, so let's jump onto this scaffolding. And go to staircases. I should also, every time you get into the game and you start building again, at least set yourself to a degree rotation, like 15, so you can rotate to the rotations you want. And then you might want to lock it into, say, a 45 or a 90, so I can only go, my only rotations are on 90 degrees based on this 15 degree angle that the whole house is on. I'm going to be breaking this all apart, right? But I am going to want a way to get onto the roof, so that's what the staircase is for. And I do want this half of the roof to be at least part, you know what we could do? Haha, kaboom! We just got 76 clay. We should have enough clay to finish the roof. I had it all finished. We're going to show how we did these corners here. On the outside they look like that. I think on this one I've actually done the bracing in the middle. Yeah. So they're going to look like this. But on the inside, these corner pieces are really cracked, broken. They've got wooden pieces showing. I don't like it too much. See? Gross. So we're going to cover it up with some plaster walls or stone walls. We also have to make this go one higher. It's a double thick Decorations, yeah. Pretty much all the way to the bottom. So at the bottom we got carpets, drapes, planters, pictures, and fireplaces. Also ships on a table. We want one of those. We want tall building mode. Got snap placement already on. Might have to jump for this one. I did. I'm gonna stand on this wall. And we're gonna have to jump for the roof piece too. Come on. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, we're just gonna have to use our scaffolding. Whew, almost missed. Scroll all the way to the bottom again. They're not perfectly even, but they're about as good as I could get them with free placement, and they're good enough. So that's that. Okay, so as for these corners, I've already raised this one up one more with one more corner curved piece. I've raised the floor up here. You can see we've got a corner floor in there. I'm going to delete that floor. I'm going to delete that there. These are the pieces we want for our corner to work. Let's put those roofing pieces in. We want this piece here. You can see it's got the wooden bracing on the bottom, and we want that right in the corner. It's hard to see. I'm pretty sure that is correct. Yes, that's where we want it. Perfect. And then we want these pieces. And if we just drag this along, it should be one higher up, and then on this side. And that gives it support. That's interesting. Okay. Let's get our corner pieces in first, I guess. Right, okay. So we're gonna have to raise the roof here. I sort of just want to hang on to this piece, and it might be able to be braced just by the corners. Yeah, looks like it's hanging on. That should work. That's going to make this a bit unstable, but that should be okay. Yeah, no, I'll keep a corner piece on there. Yeah, that's working. Okay. Alright, let's get this raised up first. So we want, say, a pillar and a beam. Something to raise it up by one floor height. It doesn't, any of these will work. It doesn't have to even be rotated correctly. We're going to be deleting it in a second anyway. Yeah, there we go. And a couple of wooden floors. I guess we could keep these ones. Doesn't really matter. Most of this is going to be hidden. So we can't delete that floor piece or the beam just yet. What we have to do is put our wall in. It's right... We went past it, didn't we? Yeah, right there. Okay. Snap that in. Now get rid of that floor, and then we can just extend all the stuff we've already put in. Up one with snapping. We could try a cap piece here. We need to do our 15-degree rotation back on. The cap isn't going to show too much anyway, but yeah, sure, why not? That cap would show. No, we're raising the roof. Right. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like here. It'll be fine. Okay, let's get back in there. Whee! So on the inside, we can also raise our walls. We're using these plaster walls. Now, I didn't do this. I was foolish, but I recommend placing. I used free placement to place this on the outside of the walls. We're using snap just to match what we already have. Do your middle piece first, and then you can match. You see how this corner here is a better match than this one? This one offsets oddly. Now we could try fixing that right now, and maybe we will, but that's because I did the side pieces first and then had to try to finagle that middle piece in to match both corners, and it's not easy. So if you only have to match one corner on each side, that's probably better. So maybe let's snap that middle one in. And this one's good enough for me. Yeah, I like that. But we're going to delete these. I'm going to go to zoom in building mode. We're going to go to the snap angle we want. And oh, if I just snap it to this wall at the angle I want, that's working pretty good. I didn't even think of that. This one is close enough, but why not have it exact? Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's do that on all the corners. Again, that's a pretty nice merge, but we're gonna have it match on both sides, I think. That would be nice. So, like that, cover up those broken parts. Is that snapping to the pillar, or I guess it doesn't technically matter what it's snapping to. It'll be an even merge. Yeah, it's certainly better. It's certainly better. We could get maybe a smoother one using free placement, but I'm not too concerned about it. I like that there's an even gap on the sides. Okay, we need to do our, oh, it's gonna be stormy now? I just waited for daylight for this. Oh, no, that's not where you snap. There, that's where you snap. And similarly, let's get these ones in now. Snapped, no, not to there. To there. Okay. Oh, don't go too far. To get our bracing in. So, just using this. And there's no exact center snapping point, so we're using free placement, just basically exactly like that. Two like that. Wait, no. It's gonna be three. Snapping on. We don't need to snap from this stuff, we can get rid of all of it and snap a new piece from right here. But why not? Wait, something is odd. Oh, we never did our curved piece here. Okay. So yeah, those walls are sticking through a bit. I didn't realize they would. Are they over here as well? Oh, darn. Yeah, they are. But that's okay. It's going to be a weathered look. Okay. I wanted the color of this stone anyway, but you get the color of this stuff, the clay. You get what you get. So it's half and half now. We needed the floor. Okay, I think I need to break. I don't need to, but couldn't hurt to break that away now. Where'd it go? Down here. That's where it went. Change our angle. There we go. Back to roof pieces. Come on. I don't know if this is going to hold our currently existing roof if I break. Yeah, that counts as touching. Perfect. Okay, cool. Almost, but we can go from here and connect them. There we go. Alright, we got all of those ones in. Now we can switch to the regular roof pieces. Now these corner ones, I don't know if they count as foundational pieces or not, but they have very poor snapping. See how that's yellow already in the corners? That is perfectly snapped. If we go to, say, one of these, look, it's green. It's green right beside this. It only gets yellow right in the middle where it's weak. So there's something odd about some of these pieces that shouldn't count as foundations, but seem to. We didn't do this corner yet. There we go. Whoops, not there. There. Alright, I think we have enough roof to use our ladder here and get on the roof, build from here. I find it a lot easier to build roofs from up top on the roof than I do anywhere else. We could probably get this layer from down there, but the higher up we get, the harder it's going to be. Do we need a half piece? No, just a corner piece. So, let's get this side done first so we can just copy this and get rid of the whole thing. Yeah, that's how it looked at the previous level, so raising this up by 1 was a perfect amount. Now, oh, I think it's going to be like that. We'll find out. Yeah, okay, I see, yeah. Should be open by one in the middle. And then this was gonna meet and be open, and then we'll go with that. Okay. So, like that, and this one does get filled in. And this one stays open. So where does the window sit exactly? On that? It doesn't look like it. I think we put the roof piece in first. Does that fit there? No. Might need to put these roofs in first. Come on. Oh, what the heck? All right, we'll build from the side you want us to. Jeez. All right, now let's try those roof pieces. Caps. Yeah, that meets. We can go out one. These also seem to be foundational pieces because they're also orange already, but they stay the same orange everywhere, so they're just, they don't like it. They just don't like being. I think it might even come out one more than that. And that's where the window sits. Yeah, exactly. So two of those. I believe I actually used one of these. Like that, and then another cap. Is that right? It's good enough for me. Yeah, we just need those clay walls. It would be in floors and walls. And tile should... I don't know which way these tiles should go. Which way did I put them over here? Big side in. Yeah, there's a teeny tiny gap missing. But we're gonna probably go inside and fill that up with a pillar anyway. Or what we could do maybe, yeah, that snaps in there. Oh, that was facing the wrong way. Snap that one in. Sure. Roofs, gotta get that roof back in. It's raining. There we go. And then, was it fences and... No, pillars and beams down at the bottom. These things here. And we can just snap that on. Is that what I did? Yeah, looks like. Okay. Smoke Ear in my eyes. I can't see nothing. Yeah, good enough for me. Oh, there is a gap there. So what we're going to do, go back to floors and walls, go back to this, make sure it's facing the right way. You can see there's those gaps there. We're going to go like this. Yeah, we'll leave it open. We could put a cross brace here, but I don't know that I want that. Yeah, that'll get rid of the gap. Okay, problem solved. How are you? Are you hanging on up here too? Yeah, oh no, right, this side. Huh? There we go. There's the linchpin. Kaboom! That's fun. Okay, roof. Gotta put these rest of these pieces in. Get up there. There we go. So, I think we decided Windows, no, wrong window. Windows first was easiest. At least that's what we did on the other side. Yeah, like that. Yeah, alright, that's the same. Floors and walls. We could just use these since we're putting caps on them anyway. What does that cost? 1 stone, and this costs 2 clay. Nah, whatever. We're using clay. 1 there. 1 there. You cost 2 clay as well. Ouch. What? Oh, I'm out of clay. Oh no. Okay. I got an idea then. Over here, we're going to use stone. And we're going to use these stones. There might still be a gap. We can check that from the inside, but I think this will do just fine. Oh yeah, there's quite a big gap actually I can see on this side. Okay. We need to put the clay pieces in though. Is that going to cover it up? Oh no, it's in floors and walls. It is going to cover it up. Yeah, that's fine then. Oh yeah, I got to put the wooden pieces back in. Okay. And I'm out of resources again. Alright, alright, alright. Thought I had enough clay for this roof to be built, but we might have been building it. Yeah, I didn't put these in before, and they're 2 clay each, so I had exactly enough clay for this roof. Alright, fair enough. We gotta get over to that lighthouse though. So where are these things? Alright, so I gotta remember that I'm missing 1 clay piece on the roof over here. over to the lighthouse. Not carrying anything. All of our stuff is going to be in the buckets here. Yeah, now I got 500 wood. And 1,000 stone. Good, 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 good. We're going to need probably way more wood than 500 wood. Show you what we got going on here. First of all, already built. It goes all the way down. The foundation was the hard part. As always, there's a little bit of a tree sticking out of the rocks that I cannot hack away with an axe or a sword or a two-handed weapon of any kind. So I decided to put a farm plot in here, and we're going to be able to plant some shrubs and stuff. So we'll put a fountain and a garden on the ground floor of the lighthouse. Instead of storage or other what have yous, balcony. Lots of stone and windows. Have our way up onto the first floor. Not a lot of room in these lighthouse floors when the staircase is in the middle. And when you get to the top, we're not going to want the staircase in the middle anyway, because we need our light to go in the middle. Now I had also been building a staircase just ad hoc as I went, free placement mostly on the angles I need, but I forgot we need a flat part to get off on each floor at. So I need to move the staircase, so that's what we're doing here today. Deleted. Oh, we're gonna need to get up there though. Of course. Okay. Do we want to, maybe we want to build from this floor anyway. Like we want to start our staircase somewhere. Yeah, it's probably best to build from the ground up. Generally, I find that to be the case. So, I want, yeah, the steepest angle we can get, 45 degree. Mahogany, looks good to me. And we can snap it right to this piece here. Does that leave us enough room? There's a pillar right in the way. I'm not fond of that, but you know, lighthouses are a bit cramped, and this still gives us a whole floor to do stuff with. Or, what we could do is put a... Oh, can I not do that? There. Yeah, that's a pretty nice spot to go. Okay, get rid of those. Go straight again, can we? It does sort of touch the wall. Actually, it sort of doesn't touch the wall. I think we're going to need to go free placement here. We'll use this snapped one as a guide. Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah, turn free placement on, and we need to go touching the wall. There we go. Now if I snap, it goes into the corner a little bit, but I'm sort of okay with that because I want to change the angle to match that wall. And then we're going to free place it in the corner here. Might help to be on the tall building mode to get a better angle. I want to make sure our stair doesn't show through here, but also lines up height-wise. We'll drag it that way. Should go into the middle of the wall a bit, but that's fine. We go 2. Yeah, it's going to go into the wall a bit, but again, that's fine. And again, we're here at the floor, so what we need to do now, go in close, We want to change our angle just like we did, but we want these stairs to be at this height here. So like that-ish, but further back. It's sticking through a bit more than I would like, but let's line up that wall. That's a bit too much, I think. So a bit more back and a bit more over to the left. Yeah, that lines up sort of nice. Snapping back on. And that should be in the middle of a wall. Good. Okay. So this will be our flat part here. We're going to need a staircase going up again. Lined up with a wall that we don't have in yet. So maybe we want to put some walls in here. Now, as I was mentioning before about those foundational pieces, if we go to floors, we can showcase this. Here's just a wall, right? You can see it's a little bit of a yellowy green, right? But if I go to these, oh, I'm actually shocked because usually these go orange right away when you put them on top of any other piece that isn't touching the ground. So we could use these. I think it might be what we're using below, but turned inward. Yeah, with the wood bracing on the inside. So that's what we'll go with again here. Downstairs, pay attention, pay attention. Downstairs on that side, the wood bracing goes this way, so we want to go that way, just for, you know, OCD's sake. So wrong piece, we need that piece. Snap it to the wall. Then we want this piece. Snap it to the wall. We need to get rid of these floor pieces. They're jutting out. We can connect floors from the wall to the rest of the floors here if we need to, and we probably should. They're up. Floors are up. That's odd, but they are. We can match the wood grain to that. Oh, no, I sort of want the bracing to go that way. There we go. And we don't want that, because there's a corner piece here going to happen anyway. I'll show you what I'm doing with these corners. We might go a little bit, teeny tiny bit over time here. I need these, I think I'm using. Yeah, it would match the stone. We want our 15-degree angle rotation. We want to go one 15-degree rotation here and snap. And then we want to go a second 15-degree rotation and go back to our tall wall, going this way. Nope, that way. And, we want to snap it to that. So like that. No, is that not right? Something feels wrong here. No, it's right. It just, because I don't have the whole building in yet, it feels wrong. The stairs don't seem to be sticking through. Let's switch back to this one. And put that in there. Put our teeny walls in here, one angle back. We can see how green these tiny walls are compared to the sickly yellow green of those bracing walls. But yeah, like this, and if we're going to put windows in, it's going to go in here in these pieces. So we could try that right now. What did I do? Oh, I just built something in there. Darn. It doesn't really matter where I snap it. Let's see what windows fit well in these tiny crevasses. I sort of love these windows, but they're sort of big. No, it works with the wood bracing. These ones don't open. Do we have single one wide ones that do open? Like these, maybe? These do open. I'm going to go with these. And window slats are nice. Okay. So we got, you know, the idea of what I'm doing here with the staircase. I wanted to show the difficulty of building in a lighthouse. I hope I got that. We could have done more time with that. The roof took a lot longer than I thought it would to replicate. But yeah, that's how it was. And yeah, we spent all day from dawn to dusk. Yeah, that'll give us a lot more room for windows and stuff up here. Myself to figure out where I'm going to carve the stairway up from the inside, because we're not going to be getting to this floor from outside every time. But yeah, this was a floor down. There was just, the windows were like knee height. It was really weird. Alright, so yeah, we got a lighthouse, we got a house, we got them built, and yeah, we're going to get over there next time tomorrow, I think, and start a foundation of a castle or a fortress over there. But until next time, have a good time.